We saw 3 interviews from Everything Pro Wrestling, Just Brian, and the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Awesome interviews with the one and only Brian Williams of the WWE 2K25 dev team. And I'm here to summarize everything that was mentioned in there. Well, not quite everything. The bits I've got listed on my list that I think are worth shouting out. And there's good, there's bad. And yeah, shout out to the guys for getting awesome interviews. You know, it's not easy to do interviews, and I think they did an absolute cracking job. I'll leave links to their interviews down in the description. So let's start off on probably one of the biggest negatives from the interviews itself, but there will be no cross-platform community creation between old gen and current gen. Oof. That is a stinger for the community as a whole. Let's say that. It's a decision where I actually didn't see it coming until I started hearing rumors about, obviously, the internet was like, oh my gosh, community creation is going to be, prohibited between cross-gen. And I was like, they're not going to go down that route, are they? Well, they are, and according to hardware limitations, that is what is happening. Look, I am just going to say it how it is. It's time now to get rid of old gen. We are in like 5 years of the life cycle of the PlayStation 5, or 5 years come November, I think. And I think it's about time we just get rid of the old gen. And I know it's going to alienate a lot of the community, but it seems that we're going in that direction anyway. The island in itself is current gen only anyway. So let's just go down that route. And let's see what VC can do on a current gen console only. I'd love to see that. But in terms of this cross-gen community creations, yeah, that's a stinger. I'm not a fan of that. I do use community creations. That sucks for me personally. I'm not a fan of that one, but there's not much I can do with that. Also, quick grapples are not returning this year. Quick grapples, if you don't know, if you're a fan of the SmackDown vs. Raw or even the Here Comes the Pain days, we didn't have to lock up every time to do a move or to do an Irish whip for that matter. So it'd be nice to have a system where we don't have to lock up to execute certain maneuvers, but that's not returning this year. Hopefully I see that in the future, because I hate locking up just to do an Irish whip, as an example. When it comes to intergender matches, it was asked, are there any limitations? And the only real limitation is the fact that you don't get blood between the men and the women, and the body bruising. So you won't see that in intergender matches, and for good reasons, obviously. We also got told that show intros will not be returning in universe mode. I see you guys crying there, crying for some help in universe, and not this year. You're getting promos, but that's about it. Now, hopefully, once we see what the content is from the Creative Fest, maybe there's some other universe mode hidden gems, but no show intros, which I miss them too. We got confirmation that custom characters can still be imported into My Rise, but not necessarily into the island, because the island has its own ecosystem, and due to hardware limitations or the unique of the ecosystem, yeah, you can't do that. Limb damage is a thing that will return in the future. So as an example, if someone's worked your leg, then you're going to be holding that leg, or you can't execute X move because your leg's been worked that much. Not in this year, but that is the end goal. That is the goal that they're trying to get to, is a stage where if you work the back and you try and lift someone, you're going to fall down. You're going to hurt yourself. So look forward to seeing that in the future. I think that's going to be awesome when they do get to it, but not in this game. Brian also confirmed that the announcers are Alicia Taylor and Mike Rome. I'm sad that Samantha is gone, but hey ho, she doesn't work for the company. There is a little part of me that is hoping that he didn't just mention her name and she's still in the game somewhere. They did talk about the commentary team. It's obviously a thing that I have an issue with myself. The 3-man booth of Corey Graves, Michael Cole, and Byron Saxton is still a thing. And I can't remember the last time Byron Saxton was on commentary. It might have been 4 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago, since Byron Saxton was on commentary. And still, on 2K25, we still have that. However, Brian did say the audio team do want to update the commentary team. I'm going to assume it's going to come down to time, finding time to get Pat McAfee in a room where you can voice over a lot of lines. Pat McAfee is a very busy person, I assume. Obviously, not only just with the WWE, but with college football. Is that ESPN? I could be wrong with that one. He's obviously got the Pat McAfee show too. He's probably a very busy guy, but hopefully in WWE 2K26, sorry Byron, but hopefully we can finally boot you off that desk and get in our up-to-date commentators. Hopefully we see Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett on there as well. We did talk about the hair physics. So the hair physics are apparently new this year. They've got a new vendor, and it is noticeable, they said, in the Kalani Jordan model, which does look pretty decent, though I did see it more in the Seth Rollins model. My gosh, seeing Seth's hair flow when he was doing his whoa, 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 whoa entrance was pretty cool. And I really like the look of it. I just hope that the women get the same love that the men are getting. Because when wigs are glued to the back of people's heads, or hairstyles, I see the word wigs thrown around all the time online. It's not cool. So hopefully the women get the same love as the men do. We got confirmation that no stacked tables are returning this year. That makes me sad. I used to love stacking tables. Flaming stacked tables were so cool. We had so much fun back in the day. I'm not saying we don't have fun these days, but there's so much that I can't wait for them to bring back to the series to make it even more fun. They told us that the island has more than just 1v1 matches, and it will feature places like The Undertaker's Gothic Church and Rey Mysterio's Aztec Arena, and we were told to give it a chance, which I will still do that. And obviously we're on the back, we're going to see what the creators think at Creator Fest, so hopefully, fingers crossed, they come back and say actually it's actually really decent. I'm holding on. I'm holding on to the glimmer of hope that the island is very good and not too pay heavy, pay to play, pay to win. On the back of the island, obviously the question was asked about servers, and they said the servers are much better and they are a priority. They said they want fans to spend a lot of time in the island, and if issues arise, they will work on fixing them straight away. You gotta hope, and you gotta imagine that obviously we're gonna have 50 people in a server here, that the servers have gotta be spanking. Oh yeah, they're gonna be amazing. They're gonna be top tier. If they're not, it's gonna get hot in here. We got confirmation that we got new tag team entrances. So, for example, Metaphor, Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, they have their tag team entrance. And for the entire Metaphor, it has been captured, but it might not be in the base game just yet. Never fear, they always patch things in later on, so no doubt we'll see the full Metaphor entrance at a later stage if it's not in the base game. But hey, we still get part of it. The Women's US title and the Intercontinental Championship will not be in the base game either. Listen, again, it's something that can be patched in. I was hoping that it made the cut, but it is not making the cut this year. So hopefully we'll get them in the later stage. And Brian did explain why. It's more than just importing the titles into the game. You got to make it work with things like Universe Mode and things like My GM and so on and so forth. So it's a bigger task than probably what me and you appreciate. So hopefully we do see it patched in later on after the game's launched. This is a good one. Brian did confirm that we are getting more Diva Legends in DLC this year. He didn't say who, but we are getting more. So you Diva stands out there, stand up, it's happening. You're going to get it. Hopefully, I want to see someone like Kelly get a spotlight in WWE 2K25 or someone like Tori Wilson. Those two, my two picks to see in the Divas DLC in 2K25. The question came about updating Tron, so people like New Day, Bianca Belair, Jey Uso having new Trons and they're not being physically in the base game. Brian did say that obviously if they provided the assets by WWE, then yeah, they can patch them in. So let's not bet dummies out about that one just yet. And Brian was asked about his favorite addition to 2K25, to which he said the Underground match because he worked on it personally. The Underground match is fun. It's a bit short for me, for my liking, but hopefully in the final build, it's actually a bit longer. I was having matches that were like 3 or 4 minutes. And keeping in mind, I couldn't change the difficulty on the build I played back in London, but hopefully we'll get even more fun out of it. I'm not saying it's not fun. It is actually really fun. And he also likes barricade. He likes barricade dives, and barricade dives are fun, and they said they are optional too. So obviously people like Andre the Giant won't have a barricade dive, but if you want to go in the moveset and give them a barricade dive, you can do. The Pro Wrestling Shoot asked a very fun question about titles being shown on the podium during title matches. I thought that was a pretty cool thing to ask, though we will not be seeing that this year. Bit sad that we won't see that this year. Hopefully next year though, we will see that. It's that small little thing that makes a big difference. And I quite like that. Back in the day, you used to go over to an announce table, be able to pick up a belt off an announce table and clock someone with it. And on the topic of picking up things like the belt, ring bells, no, you ain't seen that this year either. They are looking to bring back weapon physics like in SVR, Spanner vs. Raw 2011. And yes, please, this is a must. At some point, if not next year, I want to see this. If the only thing they put in next year is weapon physics, guess what? I'd be happy with that. I know you guys are not going to like me saying that, but believe me, I would. There's just so much more carnage that you can do with the old style weapon physics of the games, and I miss them so much. Being able to lay a table wherever you want, against the rope, against the corner, and then just throw someone into it. Using environmental grapples to do whatever. Honestly, it used to be way more fun than it was now. So hopefully we see that return in the future. And during the interview, you can just go watch it yourself. Brian is very passionate about getting that back into the game. So watch this space. I think will happen. Hopefully next year, if not the year after. Talked about new motions for, like, you know, when you take the straps down and Dragon Lee takes his knee pad down. Damian Priest has one this year, has his own unique one that was captured. So hopefully we'll see a couple more unique ones like that. And I can't remember, are they actually assignable? I can't remember if they are assignable. Let me know in the comments. Are they assignable? Because I can't remember seeing it. Brian talked about how he wanted to get the no-sell, the Samoan no-sell into the game. Let me elaborate. So like Jacob Fatu, when he gets hit in the head or when he gets DDT'd, it will pop up a no-sell because, you know, they have tough heads. Yeah, he wanted to get that in the game, and they couldn't quite figure out it's not in the game. So I assume we'll see something like that next year as, like, I don't know, maybe some form of, no, I don't think it makes sense as a payback. So some form of gameplay mechanic. Now, this next bit, yeah, not really good one, this one. And I know this is gonna get a lot of hates and downvotes, which, hey, you can downvote my video, it's fine. You know, it gets me engagement, so I'll take it. But hey, this isn't me, this is from 2K VC. You are still limited to 100 core slots and 1,000 logo limits. That has not been increased this year. And I can feel the heat. I can feel the boos hitting me. I can feel it. I can feel it. I'm sorry. I mean, it's not my fault. I don't know why I'm saying sorry. But I'm sorry for you guys that really go into community creations and put your heart and soul into it, because this is affecting you guys. Listen, my community creations only goes as far as making myself, my former wrestler self, well, still a Telegram wrestler, but my old wrestler self into the games. And yeah, that's as far as I get because I'm not very creative like that. But I've seen some amazing work that you guys do as the creation suite geniuses that you are. And yeah, I was pulling for you this year and I was really hoping that you'd get it, but you haven't, and that sucks. I don't like it. I wish I'd increase it, even if it was, I don't know, 50 more core slots and, I don't know, 100 extra logo limit. Yeah, that would have been better than nothing. So hopefully next year, if we go, especially next gen exclusive, current gen exclusive, maybe they'll increase it then. But at the moment, not happening. They're looking to actually bring Thumbtacks into the game, which is actually really cool. It's not happening this year, but it said that they are looking at bringing them into the game because they was asked a question about body cuts. And yeah, it'd be nice to see body cuts, actually. See different parts of the area get something bleeding from, because, you know, they're doing really good work with the blood, but to see it dripping from other places would be really, really cool. You know, you take a back body drop onto a load of Thumbtacks and your back saw piercing and your back saw's bleeding. Oh yes, that's some good stuff there. That's some good stuff. Not this year, but hey, maybe soon. It's also being confirmed that you're not getting no 2-ring war games without the war games cage. So basically, you can't wrestle in the 2 rings by themselves without the war games cage. It's not happening. And then they pointed out that it doesn't even happen in WWE TV. They'll either wrestle in one ring or the other. Maybe in the future, just not now. No story designer this year either. So sorry again. I keep giving you Universe lot a really sad time, and I'm so sorry. But yeah, no story designer this year. Maybe next year will be the year that Universe Mode gets some love. They did say, however, that Crate Arena is getting a bit of love. That was all that was said. Don't know about what love you're gonna get, but hey, you're gonna get some love. And I love some of these Crate Arenas you guys make, especially around. I use the Halloween ones a lot, so keep coming. They are amazing. I mean, no cross-gen platform. Hopefully I still get some nice cool ones you guys can make. There was a question asked about barbed wire extreme match, and they said they'd love to bring it in the game, but you know, they kind of need WWE to do it first so they can bring it in. They was asking a question about my faction persona cards, and they were confirmed that there are tons of exciting things coming, but nothing has been disclosed just yet. He didn't want to take the limelight away from the my faction team, but there are loads of cool things coming. Listen, I don't mind my faction to a certain extent, but my gosh, the paywall behind it needs to come down. It needs to be more free-to-play accessible. It can't just be pay. We had the situation with the $400 Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, final boss, which was basically just like a reskin of current Rock with his tattoo. It didn't have a new entrance, didn't have new anything. It was just that, which sucked, and you had to pay $400 for that pretty much, and that was not good at all. And you know, if you're buying their skin, but like Fortnite, it's gonna cost you a couple thousand V-Bucks maybe, which is like, I don't know, 20 quid, if that. $100. Come on. 2K VC. Let's think about this logically. You want more people to play my faction? You want more people to be unlocking these persona cards? You can't be sticking massive paywalls behind it. We need to be more free-to-play accessible. Because me, I don't like spending money in these games. And listen, I know a lot of creators were giving VC and my faction points. I wasn't one of the creators that were giving that. I still unlocked a couple of persona cards, nowhere near as many as I wanted to. I don't mind grinding my arse off to get these persona cards, as long as they are more free-to-play accessible. So, hey, I'm excited. I like seeing these persona cards, but hey, I need to be able to grind to get them, not be expected to pay to get them. And then there was a question about the Bella twins. Final question was about the Bella twins, and yeah, they said no confirmation, but not ruled out either. Listen, if you're a fan of the Bellas, then yeah, they could be part of the Divas Legends. You never know. We did see Nikki Bella back in the Rumble not long ago. So yeah, and there you go. That's 3 interviews summed up, but I suggest you go down into the comment section, or into the description, sorry. There will be 3 links to everything pro wrestling, Just Brian, and the Pro Wrestling Shoots interviews with Brian Williams. Go check them out. They did a cracking job. Listen, and I know not everything you're going to hear is great news, but go show the boys some love. They've done some cracking work. And it's not long now to the launch of WWE 2K25. Are you excited? Are you not excited? Has a lot of this gone your nerves? Yeah, just let me know how you feel about the game. Are you excited or are you not excited? We still haven't heard about DLC yet, so let's see when that happens. And look, I do read all the comments. They all ping through to my phone, so let me know how you feel. And I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye now.